We are back in Dubai, the land of the future, the home of innovation.
As we are answering the most fundamental questions of how do we live on this planet in balance with nature and ourselves, we're going to have to revise a lot of decentralized model, not to put anybody off their throne, but to really say that humanity herself needs to wear her crown together.
If you mimic the tokenomics of the dollar, you would never buy it, ever. The dollar is the worst shitcoin.
What is the next step for the industry of decentralization in the age of the Great Reset?
The biggest problem that we have is greed. When greed overtakes who you are, then you do not think of what the technology brings to humanity and what the objective of the technology in the first place was to bring forward freedom. If that's your guiding light, then everything that you do in terms of your implementations follow exactly what blockchain technology means and what it intends to bring, which is freedom.
We're very early on. A lot of debates, a lot of interests that will be changed and maybe displaced a bit, and the world will move ahead by embracing this tech.
How will we get to this bright and promising future in a time of such turmoil in the world today?
Miguel, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you love what you do? Are you good at it? Does it compensate you well? And is it great for society? If you answer yes to all four of those questions, then I know you have found your Ikigai.
We can guess the future, we can estimate the future, but no one knows what tomorrow leads, and tomorrow's not promised. I don't care who tells you what, always remember that tomorrow is a gift.
The Future Is Now presents, together with Ikigai Ventures, 3Air, Oz Living, Revoland, and ACTA Finance. AIBC Summit UAE 2022. Saving the future. Nick Spanos, Bitcoin pioneer, founder of Bitcoin Center, who has worked with Ron and Rand Paul.
President of El Salvador is a superhero. The IMF are the villains. And if they want to push their shitcoin on the people exclusively.
Somebody has big balls. And yeah, we need such people that'll just go and say, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be tough, but I'm willing to pull it through all the way. That's how you make new technologies, new ideas work.
Sandi Bitenc, founder of 3Air, connecting blockchain internet, providing education and banking the unbanked in Africa and beyond.
Less than 1% of people in Africa have access to real broadband. In Sierra Leone, currently we're having only 2 base stations and we are covering around 90% of the city.
Not that many people know about this, but there are 5,400 ecozones around the world. These are mini governments within a government that allow for use cases to come in, that allow for new business to come in a regulation-light environment.
Gonzalez, founder of Oz Living, an eco-zone alliance that has sprung up in the Philippines and created a whole new jurisdiction for disruptive innovators that is planning to spread all over the world.
You have to have complete portability of your citizenship and residency. All you need to do is unstake your tokens, right? Relocate to another zone, restake your tokens, right? And receive business operation, tax-free living in that zone. That's freedom.
I am the queen of the Bakwa-Luntu people of Kasai. They belong to the Luba greater ethnic group, and they are in Congo. And we have to understand that Africa is not new. Africa has existed since the beginning of time, and before colonization, there were people living on the continent for over 250,000 years.
Queen Diambi, the queen of the Order of the Leopard of the Bakwa-Luntu tribe in Central Kasai, igniting Africa with the power of blockchain.
Those tools of decentralization are really going to be also bringing very tangible solutions for Africa to really rise up and go back into its glory of the ancient times, where Africa was really the leader in world civilization in many instances, although many people still don't know that today.
Onboarding for crypto is still very difficult. A lot of people, they don't understand how crypto works. If we're building games, it's also important for us to help to build a community around it, which is the game good. So the play to earn part is really make people, they can dedicate their time into playing games and start making money.
Jimmy Zhang, founder of ChainX Game Studios, who came to AIBC Summit with Revoland, their latest venture, creating opportunities for GameFi in Ethiopia and beyond.
The entire African continent, right, is a untapped market, so we actually educate people to how to get into the game.
I think that Dubai is one of the most developed countries in the crypto industry right now, who is proactively also working on the regulation on the side, which is exactly what the world needs right now.
Christof Waton, the man behind ACTA Finance, a cross-chain DeFi ecosystem that features things like staking without a lockup and more.
ACTA Finance is a whole ecosystem. When we look back at 2018, I'm sure you remember all those centralized exchanges came out. Liquidity started to drop, user activity started to drop. What we're bringing, and we're the first ones in the whole industry, we're bringing a address milestone and a referral campaign on chain.
Now the African continent is opening up to so many possibilities and opportunities. In our team at Moralis, we have a lot of people from Nigeria, from other places on the continent. So it's amazing to see, because before these opportunities were not open. We did not have connection with the professionals and scientists and programmers in those regions.
Ivan on Tech, a famous crypto blogger and now founder of a Web3 development platform called Moralis, made by developers for developers to build Web3 experiences across different platforms.
We have these integrations and tools that allow the projects and developers to move quickly. That if you have an idea already tonight, you can have a prototype. You can show it to potential users and clients. That's our main focus. We want to make sure that Web3 is as easy for developers as Web2.
So many people, so many influencers, so many key decision makers are flocking to Dubai because the government is paving the way for regulation also in this region. And I couldn't be happier to have the second edition of AIBC here in Dubai. This show will overtake any of our shows we have in other geos because of what's going on in this region.
And Eman Pulis, the founder of this very AIBC Summit, and also his latest adventure, Ikigai Ventures, a €20 million seed stage venture fund that is keen on finding gems in the sea of opportunities through that Japanese philosophy of finding your Ikigai.
It's, to me, the most beautiful word in Japanese that cannot be translated to English. It's a way of life, and these are the founders that we want to invest in.
The future is what you make it. Let's dive into disruptive tech with our annual visit to AIBC and see what the future holds in these very trying times for our planet and our way of life.
Utilizing money as a freedom of speech. If you can't use money for your causes because the powers that be don't want you to and they freeze your funds, well, then they've taken away your freedom of speech. Censorship resistance and money is a political movement.
Created by One Day Productions. One day, we will change the world together.